Welcome to the 59th Annual Fort Verde Days Parade, presented by Camp Verde Promotions. This year's theme is a blast from the past. Our television broadcast is brought to you by Camp Verde Ace Hardware, the home of legendary service. They're pleased to be a part of the parade again this year. SUTLER'S Steakhouse, Arizona's newest steakhouse in Camp Verde's Wingfield Plaza on Main Street. Open at 4 p.m. 7 days a week. The town of Camp Verde. Come join the sesquicentennial celebrations throughout the year. Copper Star Indoor Shooting Range rents guns, including fully automatic machine guns. And they have the only 100-yard range in Arizona, in the Verde Valley at Highway 260 and Cherry Road, online at copperstarisr.com. And now here's Jennifer Cohen and Ashley Kay.
And welcome to the 59th Annual Fort Verde Days celebration. The parade is getting underway. I'm Jennifer Cohen. This is Ashley Kay. You are your host for today. It's a gorgeous day in Camp Verde to celebrate the sesquicentennial of the history of Camp Verde and the fort. Here we have the Camp Verde U.S. Cavalry guys. These guys celebrate the fort's birthday in their wonderful outfits. And there is the Colonel's daughter. We have Laramie Mahan, our beautiful Colonel's daughter for this year, the winner of that celebration. And it was a really wonderful thing. Look at all these beautiful horses. What a beautiful day. It's a great start, don't you think, Ashley?
Absolutely, yes. And the 59th Annual Fort Verde Days, it's actually this year, October 9th through 11th. It's 3 days of fun and excitement in Camp Verde. I love it. It's a very long-running event. This year's theme is a blast from the past, and the old guys are this year's Grand Marshals.
I know. Isn't that cute?
Really
I love that. The old guys are a group of highly motivated yet youth challenged. You got to love that. Very talented men who exemplify volunteerism within the community of Camp Verde. They have done so much since they've been here. It's absolutely amazing. They have resurrected the 1933 Rock Jail. They've built the Cook Shack. They've installed bleachers at Butler Park. They've built a shade canopy over the Arizona Monument, installed cement steps at the Ramada, and they've helped complete phase 1 of the Sesquicentennial Park. So these guys are out there and getting it done.
Absolutely.
Here we have our American Legion for Camp Verde, looking spiffy. Gotta love that.
You gotta love a man in uniform.
Really? Who doesn't love a man in uniform? Now, the Fort Verde Day celebration is to honor the early days of Camp Verde and to celebrate the birthday. The town residents began the annual Fort Verde Day celebration in 1956, so we're in our 59th annual. Every year it gets bigger, every year it gets better. You can see there's a huge crowd today on this absolutely gorgeous day. I love all the children anxiously awaiting candy.
My favorite thing is the children with those little horns. They got like little trumpets. You know, there's a guy selling trumpets around here.
Yeah.
And they're just a huffing and a puffing away. I love it.
That's true. So here we have our Grand Marshal, the old guys of Camp Verde. Dick Reinerson, Ray Floyd, Gary Kinfield, Ron Bratton, Jim Ashton, Dick Reinerson, Bob Burnside, Bruce George, George Dvorak, and Jim Schweitzer, all part of the loosely knit group of community-minded volunteers known as the Old Guys. The name came from a town maintenance man who was watching them work and said, wow, those old guys really know what they're doing. So thank you so much, old guys, in your 1952 Dodge pickup. Here we have our Forest Service. Look at those good, strong horses to carry those guys out.
I'm so jealous. I wish we were sitting on horses right now.
I know, wouldn't that be fun? Thank you to our American Legion Color Guard from Camp Verde Post number 93. Make sure you thank a vet. Absolutely. Thank you so much to all of our veterans. Oh, look at this Forest Service, our Department of Agriculture, and their beautiful fire truck that they have here. Oh, and look at them all.
Smokey the
Gotta
Bear.
have Smokey the Bear. Looking good, Smokey.
Love the jeans. They look good on you. Good for your figure.
I know. Yeah, absolutely. Very slimming. Speaking of slimming, thank you so much to Fort Verde for loaning Ashley and myself our wonderful period costumes.
Yes.
We are dressed in practically period costumes. We're missing a few items because it is about 90 degrees, and we're going to be kind to ourselves. But these are on loan from the historic fort. Thank you so much. I am dressed as an upper officer's wife, and Ashley is dressed in the lovely schoolmarm outfit and looking quite fetching.
I'm pretty sure they didn't have Skechers, though, way back then as the shoes.
That's why the skirts are long.
Right?
I want to thank our Verde Valley TV broadcast sponsors, Camp Verde Ace Hardware, the SUTLER'S Steakhouse in Wingfield Plaza, the town of Camp Verde, and Copper Star Indoor Shooting Range. We are standing on the Unimog. Thank you so much for lending us this beautiful platform.
Look at that horse dancing.
Look at him go.
Wow.
We have Tony Joya and his friend Jazz. Look at that horse. Jazz is beautiful. They're honoring Camp Verde's past by depicting a mounted cavalry officer from Fort Verde. How beautiful. So here we have the B Troop.
Yes, the B Troop. It's awesome. The 4th U.S. Cavalry Memorial. It's a special Army historical unit from Fort Huachuca, Arizona. The unit's mission is to promote the heritage and traditions of the U.S. Army, Fort Huachuca, and military horsemanship by portraying the cavalry as it existed in the Southwest U.S. during the 1880s.
How about that? And now we have Fort Verde State Historic Park's Blast from the Past float. This year's theme is Blast from the Past. Fort Verde State Historic Park, along with partners from Horse and Around Adventures, are celebrating 150 years of history by providing a look at the history of Camp Verde from the days of the first pioneers at Clear Creek to the military at Camp Lincoln, and finally the military post at present-day Fort Verde State Park. This year, Horse and Around Adventures, Sedona's premier horseback riding company, is coordinating carriage rides throughout Camp Verde, something new in the camp, and provide an enjoyable experience. That is an absolutely gorgeous.
That is
gorgeous.
It's on my bucket list for a carriage ride, especially through the snow.
That's wonderful.
It's not cold enough to snow right now, though.
No, not quite. And here we have our Buffalo Soldier Ed. Howdy do, thank you. This is a beautiful example of a tent. They're going to remind you there's a Victorian Christmas celebration here at the fort in December. It is absolutely fantastic. Here we have our baseball team. Gotta love it. They play old-fashioned baseball. Down and dirty. Notice they have no equipment other than a bat.
Right? That's all they need.
Ooh, here comes the Wells Fargo wagon.
Yes.
That is gorgeous.
Has a rich history of owning, and guarding and operating the 6-horse stagecoach.
Ooh, pretty.
They still own and display 10 originals in the history museums, 13 authentic representations in the buildings, and a fleet of 17 that roll almost every weekend in parades and events across the nation. Be sure to visit Wells Fargo in the Bashas Shopping Center.
Beautiful. Look at those horses.
Look at those tires and those wheels.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Imagine having to wax that.
Right? You're talking about the horse or the wheels?
Well, yeah, then you have to wash the horses, too, every weekend.
Got to make sure those horses are nice and spiffy.
That is something. That's true.
I love it. Look at all the color out here. We have a whole bunch of, like the horns, like I said, the little balloons.
All the kids dressed up. Too much fun.
That's what you got to love, too, is that it's a huge community event. You have so many families out here together having so much fun today.
Absolutely. And speaking of the community, we got to let you guys know that the fabulous homemade pies and sweet gourmet pickles made by Camp Verde Questers are once again available. Oh my gosh, but today only, so there you go. So if you hurry into the pie shop in front of the Camp Verde Community Center gym until they're sold out, they are homemade by the Verde Valley Questers. Oh, the best bakers. All kinds of fresh, delicious homemade pies. Oh my gosh. And the proceeds go to the sales to the local historical restoration projects, especially the 1917 Hance House. So that's wonderful. Get yourself some pie and some pickles and celebrate the history of Camp Verde. Oh, I love this.
Oh my gosh.
This is so cute. This is Hospice of the Pines. Hospice of the Pines has been a part of the Dewey landscape since 2005. They believe that each one of us has the right to live out the end of our lives pain-free in comfort and dignity, focusing on quality and not quantity of life. And they're there when you need them.
And the Murdoch family settled in Camp Verde in 1892. Josiah owned the J.L. Murdoch Watering Delivery Service. His son David married Kathleen McDonald at Fort Verde, where they lived for a short time.
That is so great. And look at this float celebrating the Murdoch family. Look at all the family members.
12 children.
Wow. 12 children. And those 12 children each had 12 children.
Wow.
And then in turn had 12 more children.
It's quite the family reunion.
Spiff up your math. How many children is that?
Too
4,
many
6,
to
8,
buy
10, 12,
presents
40,
for.
I see 43. Oh, wonderful. How cute is that?
Wow.
I love celebrating the
So much
family
history.
Look at all the jeans. Everybody's wearing jeans.
Right.
Oh, Hello, the pooper scoopers have arrived.
Oh, hello.
You can't go anywhere without the pooper scoopers.
What kind of a world will we live in if they
I
didn't
know,
exist?
and they're following up Bob Bruce of Deming, New Mexico, with his mini horses pulling the water wagon. That entry was dedicated to Bill Sullivan and Dave Murdoch, both pioneers of Camp Verde. Lynn Murdoch, Dave's dad, hauled water to the post in a wagon loaded with wooden barrels filled by hand with a bucket from the Verde River.
Wow.
How about that?
And I claim that I'm tired throughout the day. I couldn't imagine.
I know. Imagine hauling all that water.
Oh.
That would be way, way too much fun. So there is so much going on here for the Fort Verde days. It is just unbelievable what happens over these 3 days, Ashley. Every year it gets bigger and absolutely better. You've got things that start out with pumpkin contests, with cornhole competitions. You can sing and dance and do karaoke. There's the vote for the best scarecrow. That's a very interesting thing that they're doing this year.
I love that. Looking around at all the little, scarecrows. It's so imaginative.
Absolutely. It certainly is, and it raises money for the fort. Different private individuals and businesses have taken on a scarecrow and decorated it and done a theme and a little vignette, and each one gets judged on which one is the best. And the best, I think the top 10 are going to be in the parade. The scarecrows are actually going to be in the parade later on today.
Wow.
And we're going to see the fruits of their labor. It's a wonderful new project they've come up with, and the excitement and the enthusiasm put into it has shocked and surprised everyone. And each year they're going to go ahead and do that.
You know, and it never ceases to surprise how much love and excitement that, Camp Verde has for each other and, the community. So it doesn't really, it's not very surprising to see that everybody would come together with those scarecrows and really.
Yep. That's why I wish I live in Camp Verde.
Right?
I would love to do the scarecrow thing. That's so much fun.
Just sneak one in there.
I know. There's also going to be an art show today. And then later on today, we're going to have the presentation of the Colonel's Daughter and Parade Awards, where the parade floats entries are going to be judged today. And the theme is a blast from the past. So they're going to judge and pick our wonderful top floats, which we can always tell. You can always tell. And I appreciate everyone who's here. And our Colonel's Daughter, Laramie Mahan, wonderful job. I was very fortunate to be a judge this year for the Colonel's Daughter competition. And let me tell you, that was the hardest thing I ever did in my entire life. As there was dozens of beautiful ladies on horseback doing equitation, presentation. They had to give a little speech. They had to dress in period costume. It was so hard to narrow it down to just one. But Laramie, congratulations this year on being the Colonel's Daughter. That is an amazing tradition that just, one other thing about Camp Verde's history that makes it so darn cool.
Absolutely.
And after that, there's an ice cream social. Oh, what kind of old-fashioned fun without an ice cream social? More live music, more cornhole, and it's amazing. This is just a wonderful, wonderful event that gets bigger every single year. Fort Verde Days, celebrating 150 years.
Yes.
With that really big word, yes.
Sesquicentennial.
Very nice.
Yes. It's Camp Verdeans. It means that the celebration of 150 years since the town's first permanent Anglo-American settlement.
That is true. I wonder how many pooper scoopers we have in this parade today, because there are quite a lot of horses, and it's important to keep your, streets clean and your yards clean and your family and all that business. So
as long as they're recycling, I guess,
you can compost horse manure. It makes an excellent compost. So
sounds like a crappy job,
and it's free. Oh, you're funny. It's a free fertilizer. You got to get something for the money you put into the horse.
Absolutely. Right?
They are giving back something. Oh, and here comes someone giving out candy. Notice all the kids start popping up and down.
The kids,
jumping
me right here.
The Unimog start bouncing. We want candy. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at these cute little cowgirls from the Camp Verde Gun and Repair. Oh my goodness, how precious is that? And look at her chaps.
Oh my Lord.
Little Peanut in chaps.
Look at those pink little boots.
That is so amazing. Camp Verde Gun and Repair buys and sells guns. Irene Peeble is the president of Yavapai Rangers, Cowboy Action Shooting Society here in Camp Verde and the Verde Valley. Her granddaughters are up and coming in the world-class shooters. Those little girls are world-class shooters.
And of course, after that is Gary Kine is running for U.S. Congress of our district. If you haven't had the chance to meet Gary, he is hotel owner and ranger from Springerville who understands the needs and concerns of our rural Arizona communities. It isn't often that we have the opportunity to support someone who can insert some common sense into the political process in Washington, D.C.
And here are the Rio Verde Roverettes. This is an all-woman equine group founded in 1974. The group's purpose is to promote good horsemanship, good sportsmanship, and good health to the Verde Valley and the Western way of life. All these lovely ladies in their hats.
Look
and
at
their
the
horses are spiffy. And I see sprinkles and
blue
stars.
And
stars.
I want a horse. Can you get me a horse?
We can work on that.
That's what I want.
We can work on that.
I'm going to hijack a horse by the end of this.
Oh, I love this little sweet little paint.
Oh.
And the stars are a wonderful thing. I don't have a horse I could spray paint. I don't.
Now we have the Cub Scout Pack 7193.
Oh, precious.
They're the boys from the Verde Valley, grades 1st through 5th. They meet Thursday evenings at 6:30 at the Camp Verde Community Church behind the fire station. They have fun with campouts and sports. They learn leadership and outdoor skills. Please come and join them.
Oh, look at how cute those young men are. My favorite thing about parades is the children. It's just so cute.
Yes.
And here we have Flame Propane, voted #1 for 7 years running in the Verde Valley. Flame has been providing safe and reliable service since 1989. Come by their booth and take a turn on their prize wheel. That truck looks great. They did a nice job cleaning that up today.
Absolutely.
And putting the fringe on it. And here comes one of their big trucks. I see these trucks all the time. These guys are really hard working.
Absolutely.
Hey, and you know winter's coming. Hate to tell you that. So it's time to check your levels on your propane tanks.
It takes skill to drive a big truck like that.
Absolutely. Around the corners and wow, some of these neighborhoods, no problem for these guys. They got this down. That's awesome. Oh, and they've got more candy. Look at the crowd. Look at the crowd gathering.
Look at the kids. They have their little bags. It's like Halloween already.
I know. Like they need more candy right before Halloween.
That's why I loved being a kid. There was no consequence to it.
Well, I know, but see, I think as the daughter of a dental surgeon, I have to say the last float in every parade across the United States should be the dental one that gives out floss, toothpaste, and toothbrushes. Because after all this candy, these children are going to need to brush their teeth. But that's just my opinion.
Everybody's too, I'm pretty sure. We just don't like to think about it.
That's right.
This is Vince's Auto Body Incorporated. Happy 150th birthday to the town of Camp Verde, they say. Vince's Auto Body has had the old school philosophy of customer service that you've come to love and trust, combined with the greatest repair technologies in the industry. Working on vehicles, all makes and models, including RVs, fifth wheels, and campers. They have what it takes to do the job right and keep your family safe. Now serving the community in Camp Verde.
Nice float, guys. I love the cannon and all the cutie patooties. Here's Verde Brewing Company. Oh, boy. Verde Brewing Company is located in the historic Bowlers. Amazing food, fantastic local craft beer. Can't go wrong with local craft beer. Come by and enjoy the farm to mug experience. See, that's new. There's so much conversation about farm to table. Here we have farm to mug with Verde Brewing Company.
Here's the VFW Rangers mounted color guard on post 10254 of the 3 points of the only national VFW troop. The troop was made up of comrades and auxiliary members. The members in red, white, and blue represent patriotism, Americanism, and honor to our American flag and veterans. The members in black represent our POW, MIA, and KIA veterans of civilians in all wars and conflicts. They thank you for their support.
For sure. Here we have Camp Verde Community Church. We have this, look at this lovely, handsome man, the circuit riding preacher. Look at him. You know, back in the 1800s, that's what you did. You rode your horse all over the country and you preached the word of God via horseback. And so this gentleman is continuing on. The Camp Verde Community Church has been spreading the gospel by old-time Methodist circuit riders throughout Camp Verde in the Valley for 120 years, Ashley.
Wow.
Starting out at the Clear Creek Church, and the congregation moved west and is now located on the corner of 1st and Head Street. The corner lot was donated by Mr. Wingate, so thank you to the Wingates for doing that so many years ago. Being in the center of the town, they host cowboy drives, barbecues, and they're celebrating the 120th anniversary today with their float depicting a replica of the Clear Creek Church. And it's just amazing that they arrived on horseback.
And here we have an officer representing the Camp Verde Marshal's Office, proud to be a part of the community.
Look at that gorgeous bike.
Making sure that you are safe, that it's a safe place to live and to play.
Absolutely. Chino Valley High School Marching Cougars. Oh boy, they're about to do a wonderful presentation.
I absolutely love this.
I always find it so moving.
Well, they spend so much time on it.
Oh, I know. And it's such a healthy outlet for the kids.
You know, actually, being a part of music as you're growing up, actually, statistically, don't hold me to this, but you are more likely to get good grades if you are in band at a young age.
Oh, absolutely.
Just because it really, it helps, you know, there's formation, you know, you got to make sure that you're following direction and rules.
And counting and math and comprehension and timing and body movement. So your brain and your body are working together, and it really creates a whole human being.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful that we still have this program. And the Chino Valley High School Cougar Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Tom Wiegert and led by drum major Casey Hartsock and color guard captain Alyssa Feipel. Mr. Wiegert and the band are pleased to be presenting the Fort Verde Days Parade for the 3rd year in a row. Besides a very active fall schedule, the high school band will be traveling to San Antonio to participate in the 23rd Annual Alamo Bowl on January 2nd. The band will be performing during the halftime of the Alamo Bowl en masse with approximately 10 other bands, totaling 700 students on the field before an estimated audience of 70,000 people. So this band is participating in a parade review, performing at Six Flags Christmas Celebration and the famous Ruby's Pep Rally along the San Antonio Riverwalk. These guys have a very busy social schedule ahead.
And absolutely, even just imagine marching down the street, trying to catch your breath as you're marching and playing an instrument at the same time.
Right.
That is strong lungs.
That is true.
Yes.
So it's excellent exercise. Not to mention that they're well overdressed for the, actually it's a very pleasant, probably about 84 degrees maybe at the most in the sunshine today. So
with a big feathery hat though, you know.
Yeah, that's got a lot of metal to hold the heat in. So a beautiful day in Camp Verde to celebrate the 59th annual Fort Verde Days celebration. It is a blast from the past. Thank you to the Chino Valley High School Marching Cougars.
I am absolutely so proud of them, coming from somebody who'd been in band, you know, for 5 years growing up. But
you know this.
It takes a lot of dedication, hard work. You can tell that they really have a passion for what they do.
Absolutely. Oh, I love the spats on their shoes. They're so snazzy looking.
Plus, you got to shake your booty to the beat, right?
Oh, and they look like they have cockatoos on their heads. It's great. I love that.
Are we in Rio?
They have a whole cockatoo on their head. Beautiful. Oh, the Band-Aid. I love that.
Wow.
That is truly amazing. Nice group of young folks.
I love how you can hear exactly where they are in the parade, too.
Yeah.
Here comes the band, and there they went.
And
All
there
right,
they went.
we can hear that.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you to the Copper Star Indoor Shooting Range for loaning us this wonderful Unimog, this amazing machine that we are standing on so high. This is just a great place to promote the parade from. So thank you so much to Copper Star Indoor Shooting Range. Thank you to the town of Camp Verde for also being a Verde Valley TV broadcast sponsor, along with the SUTLER'S Steakhouse and Camp Verde Ace Hardware. Couldn't do it without you guys. We certainly couldn't do any of this without the amazing folks that have been part of Fort Verde's history over the past 150 years. Think of just from the first 18 settlers here in what is now known as Camp Verde.
Wow.
Started all of this. It's truly amazing.
And now we have this beautiful community, loving and just, I love the energy, you know, it had so many kids.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
That might have something to do with the candy they've been eating.
I know, and there's even more candy. People from one side of the street are throwing candy to the other. It's truly amazing. And we've got our Yavapai Nation float coming up next. That's truly a wonderful thing that we still have here. Our Native American peoples in this area really do a lot for the community.
Absolutely. So here we're going to have the Yavapai Apache Nation royalty, Miss Teen Chelsea Campos. First attendant is Olivia Castillo. First attendant princess is Annabelle Ibarra. Little Missy is Serenity De La Torre. And Tiny Tot Boy is Kaisik Lewis. And the Tiny Tot Girl is Nolani Victor.
Oh, how cute is that? And they've got their rugs all over the truck.
Wow.
Their seal of the great nation of the Yavapai Apache on the front there.
Her balancing on top of that truck is what's getting me.
Isn't she pretty? That's so wonderful.
The sash.
I'm so pleased with the rich cultural heritage surrounding this area and how honorable and proud the Yavapai Apache folks are here.
Yes.
It's truly amazing to continue on with their cultural, their way of life, their dress, their crafts.
I can't imagine anything more beautiful than pride that people have for
pride
where
in
they
their own people.
Yes, for where they came from and history.
Yeah, history is so important to us here, you know, that the history will tell you where you've been and where you're going. If you don't pay attention to it, you're going to end up in the same spot. So it's really important to celebrate our history.
Now,
here comes the Yavapai Title Agency, your hometown title agency.
Is that 99 red balloons? I can't really tell.
Oh, I think it's pretty close. They've been serving the Verde Valley since 1963, and they're ready to serve you again in your real estate transactions. Make sure you consider Yavapai Title Agency. Look at that beautiful truck.
Wow.
The truck's name is Betsy.
They really did it up. They got the little skirt.
Oh, cute. Betsy's wearing a skirt. Nice Ford 250. Looking
Throwing
good.
Candy.
Beautiful paint
They're
job.
eating the candy.
Yeah,
They're not
hey,
even
wait a
throwing
minute.
it. That's what I'd be doing.
That's not fair. All
Oh,
right.
wow. Check
Who
this
is
out.
rocking out here?
This is Camp Verde First Assembly. It's the place where they say that Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow because Jesus rocks. Hence the fact that they are playing rock music.
Look at all the kids dancing, shaking their booties. Gotta love it. That's one thing we're missing under our skirts. We're not wearing our bustles today. We would have our big booties on. We'd be shaking them.
Oh, yes.
But they're a little warm. Wow.
Check this
look
out.
at
They got
that.
a whole congregation. They got chairs.
Do. A whole band. This is a whole church on wheels here.
This is amazing. They have a drum set.
Look at those nice comfy chairs. Geez, you're going to ride in a parade. You're going to ride on this float.
That's perfect.
And I know. That's nice. Singing and playing. And here's Parkside Preschool and Childcare from Camp Verde, Arizona. Now, they only take a maximum of 77 kids, so they keep it very, very intimate. And, we have a mama carrying a baby. Baby wearing is so important these days,
Yes.
keeping your babe close to you. And look at the little participant in the stroller. I think he's done. I think he's cooked.
Oh, and it's so important which preschool you decide to send your children to. You know,
absolutely.
It's the first few years of their life that are so important.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. And it starts from birth. The better off you can get them into a good, loving
Look at the
place.
happy faces. Well, hello. Look at your hat.
Oh,
I want your hat. Hi.
Their motto is "Let your light shine."
Oh.
Growing in God's love. The preschool and nursery program from Parkside Preschool and Child Care. Oh boy, I see cheerleaders.
Oh my goodness.
So much fun. I was never a cheerleader. I was very uncoordinated.
What? That
Horribly
surprises me. You
uncoordinated.
got on this truck
Horribly.
fine.
Well, I've grown up a lot since then, and I've learned how to walk a straight line and things like that. But I always admired. Yeah, I took ballet, except I would curtsy when they'd point and point when they'd curtsy. So I was always either ahead or behind, so cheerleading never worked out for me. So were you a cheerleader?
I was never a cheerleader.
No?
I was always too afraid that I would either be the one throwing somebody up in the air or I would be the one doing the flips in the air. I'm a huge chicken. I can barely do a front flip on a trampoline.
See, I would worry I'd be the one landing splat on my face on the concrete. I'm a bit of a tripper.
I love it, though. The cheerleaders are so important because that's exactly what they do. They lead the cheer. They lead the happiness. You know, they are such a big part.
Absolutely. Camp Verde High School cheerleaders spreading spirit throughout the Camp Verde community and their cowboy teams. I love the blue and white.
Here we have people representing the Camp Verde Community Library. The Camp Verde Community Library practices kids' hope, building hope, one kid at a time.
Very nice. Very good. It's good to see young people getting out and being part of their community.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And again, the library is so important as well. You know, you don't see. Wow. That truck wants to be heard.
Excuse me, my turn.
Right? But you don't see too many kids at the library anymore, so it's always nice to just reinforce that, you know.
That is true. And look at this gorgeous Freightliner. Very nice. Lots of semis there.
Premier Diesel is family-owned and operated, serving all of northern and central Arizona. For all your medium and heavy-duty diesel needs, Premier Diesel is your one-stop shop. Don't forget about your tractors, farm equipment, generators, and over-the-road semi-trucks. Premier Diesel offers complete fleet maintenance and 24/7 mobile service. From an oil change to your DOT inspection, Premier Diesel will always treat you like part of the family.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? And here comes this gorgeous John Deere tractor. You can always tell a John Deere from far away because they are John Deere green. They have a color named after them, a very specific color, and it's called John Deere green. Look it up. It's in the color dictionary.
Wow!
Yep, you look up under the color wheel and it says John Deere green. It's being shown by the High Caliber Home Care. This is a 1960 John Deere lawnmower tractor, and it was found here in Camp Verde. Chris Arruda bought it and restored it to its former glory, and now it travels the entire state. Isn't that gorgeous? And look, it pulls that no problem. That's a lawnmower. I'd love to mow my lawn with that. I'd just have to do a donut and I'd be done.
Coming up next is the Arizona Oncology, the leader in cancer care. You know, I've heard of a bra for a car, but a bra for a truck, Jen?
Looks good. It's pink. Gotta love it.
Arizona Oncology supports all cancers and today recognizes Breast Cancer Awareness Month. To get a closer look at the artsy bras and learn healthy lifestyle tips, visit Arizona Oncology's booth.
There you go. Definitely something you want to do. Take care of yourself, ladies. Absolutely.
That's something you don't want to put off either.
No, definitely not. Get those yearly exams. Get it caught early.
And get one of those bras. Oh, my goodness.
I love the one with the roses. That is too much fun. Here comes the National Park Service. The National Park Service is representing the 3 major parks in Verde Valley. The Verde Valley has Montezuma Castle, Tuzagut National Monument, as well as Montezuma's Well and a subunit of Montezuma's Castle. They're open year-round except for Christmas Day. They encourage everyone to visit, especially 4th graders and their families who can visit for free. Well, that's nice to know. Through the Every Kid in a Park initiative, the 4th grader must be in a car with the family. But, oh, what a nice job they did on their float. Oh, and they got a Park Service dog, too. They got everybody involved there.
Another scarecrow, unless that's somebody staying really still.
Oh,
that's
yep, that's their scarecrow, for sure.
Here's Larson's Boxing and Fitness. They're located on Main Street. They offer co-ed adult classes and have a competition team that has competed all over the United States this year.
That is amazing. And you can look at that fella and tell he's a boxer. I'm not messing with him. Make sure you pronounce that right, because you don't want.
I was going to say it was a pit bull,
but
I don't
coming out. I wasn't looking at the pit bull. No, I wouldn't go up against the pit bull either.
No.
Boxing is such an amazing, amazing fitness. Your feet are moving, your eyes are moving, you're using your brain. It is truly amazing to box, and the power necessary is. So
you're saying I don't want to get on your bad side?
Don't get on my bad side there, Ashley. Here's Mr. Rooter. Mr. Rooter Plumbing and Air Serve bring you the blast from the past float. When fixing your plumbing, you know, it used to mean moving the outhouse. And cooling your home used to mean opening the windows. Well, things have changed. Thank goodness. They have embraced the future and are committing to serving you 24/7 for your heating, cooling, and plumbing needs.
And you can't see it, but there's a scarecrow with a
inside
plunger.
the outhouse. Oh, my gosh. Mr. Rooter Plumbing. There's a reason they call us Mr. Rooter and Air Serve, when your comfort matters. Oh, gotta love this vehicle. Look at that Ford.
Absolutely.
Listen to that sound.
In loving memory of the late Don G. Peterson, a longtime Camp Verde resident, his family is proud to share his 1913 Ford Model T Speedster. It was purchased by Don completely disassembled, and he spent 3 years personally restoring it.
Look at that adorable John Deere. A little different than the one we saw before.
This is the baby.
This is the baby one. This one is Chris Arruda's, and it was beautifully restored. Not kidding. It looks like a little toy. It's so cute. Chris is traveling the state with that gorgeous little tractor. What do we have coming down the lane? What is that?
Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
Is it a plane? Is it King Kong?
It's Godzilla! Oh, yeah, King Kong, yeah. That one.
Close. That was close, Ashley. That was close. You need to brush up on your vintage movie.
Yes. I never got through the 3-hour-long Jack Black one.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Wow. Look at this beautiful vehicle with King Kong riding in a cage. You know, I've never seen King Kong in a Camp Verde parade before. I had no idea he came this far south.
You know, it's amazing what you can do with a budget. So
I know. I so thought he was an East Coast boy.
Budget and a bushel of bananas, you know.
I bet. I bet the kids are loving this one. I bet if you ask the kids, this is going to be one of their favorites to see this coming out here. It's been pulled by the Tire Pro automotive truck. Gorgeous truck. Gotta love that Tire Pro truck.
Tire Pro Automotive has always been a big part of this community. As you can tell, they believe in giving back to the community that supports them. This is an event by many sponsored plaques displayed in their showroom, as well as being a major sponsorship of the new archway in the Sesquicentennial Park. Currently, Tire Pro Automotive is supporting breast cancer awareness in the month of October. King Kong is not wearing a bra, but it still works by offering pink wiper blades in which a donation is made by cancer research.
How about that?
As well as free brakes for breasts campaign, where anyone needing brakes done will get free brakes. Then 10% of the labor will be donated back to cancer centers. Tire Pro Automotive has the best pricing on tires and services. It's owned by a veteran and is a veteran-friendly employer. For the best service experience and a place that you can trust and be comfortable with, go to Tire Pro Automotive, where your vehicle's needs are met.
Hey, no matter how hot we may feel in these outfits, Ashley, we're not as hot as the Michelin Man.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. They have to deflate him to get him under the banner. I love that.
He's just waving.
That is so great. Yay. Oh, they did such a good job. That was impressive. That was impressive. Here we have another John Deere tractor. What color is this tractor?
John Deere green.
Oh,
Jen.
yes.
Yes.
That is so right, Miss Ashley Kay.
You learn a lot.
And who do we have here? This is gorgeous. Another beautiful historic vehicle.
Camp Verde Historical Society's parade entry is honoring the irrigation ditches of Camp Verde. As the old saying goes, whiskey is for drinking and water is for fighting. They are so fortunate to have 5 irrigation ditches serving Camp Verde, supported and maintained by dedicated people.
That is awesome. Nice job there, fellas. I love the bubbles. Here's the United Christian School providing an excellent classical Christian education. And they go up to 12th grade, which is amazing. They are changing civilization one student at a time. Oh, look at the nice job they did on this float.
Ancient Greece is their theme.
Pretty.
Toga. Oh, different.
Oh, and look, live plants. These guys went really far out. Hello.
And she's watering the plants. I love it.
With her Grecian oil. That's so sweet.
Truth, beauty, and goodness, their signs say.
We can use more of that.
150 years educating Camp Verde.
Here comes the Kiwanis Club. The Kiwanis is a community service organization which helps build leadership. Kiwanis Club of Camp Verde is part of an organization that is 100 years old. The first Kiwanis Club was founded in 1915 in Detroit. Key Club is a Kiwanis-sponsored youth organization at the high school level. The first Key Club was formed in Sacramento in 1925. Kiwanis also sponsors the Builders Club at the middle school level. So this is amazing.
Look at that cake.
Oh, very nice. Oh, celebrating 150 years of history.
Wow.
That's just great. So many amazing local organizations you can get involved in. Kiwanis is definitely one of them. Of course, the Boy Scouts, the Cub Scouts. It's just an amazing thing you can do to get your family involved in keeping the history alive here in Camp Verde.
Yes, and that's what is so important about the parade, is not only is it fun, not only do the kids get candy and everybody's coming out as a community, but it's also a big reminder of the types of things that Camp Verde offers, you know, the types of clubs and organizations that are offered in your community.
That is true. That is true. And you can also get involved with the fort, too. You know, you can volunteer at the fort.
Yes.
You can. There are lots of jobs you can do over at the fort. Now, the fort is just so interesting. Fort Verde State Historic Park is one of the reasons why we're here today. From 1865 to 1890, Camp Lincoln, which is the name of the fort, housed U.S. soldiers, officers, doctors, and their family. Now, this year, we're celebrating the 150th birthday of that. And Camp Lincoln was originally established about a mile north of its present location, closer to the river, and the name was changed to Camp Verde in 1868. And most of the 22 buildings were dismantled and eventually collapsed. But in 1956, when there were only 4 buildings left, a group of concerned citizens maintained a small museum in the former administration building. The site was donated to the Arizona State Parks in 1970, and the authentic adobe buildings and remaining grounds encompassing are now preserved for future generations here on Holloman Street. Thank you so much to all the volunteers that had to get themselves together for that.
Absolutely. Definitely. We got the kids still running around. One of them has a little unicorn. Oh my goodness.
Cutie patootie. We should go around and ask them if they can say sesquicentennial.
We should.
We should. Well, of course, we'd have to give them a prize. What do we have?
My Skechers.
You don't want to do that. All kinds of wonderful antique cars and trucks here today. There was an antique car show earlier today in Basha's parking lot, and I'm sure we're seeing a lot of those entries from that historic car show. This one coming up here even has the typical auga horn that they used to have, one of the first types of horns.
I love it. Perfect. So again, the 59th annual Fort Verde Days. It's a 3 days full of excitement in Camp Verde in its longest running event ever. This year's theme again is a blast from the past, and the old guys are this year's Grand Marshals.
Too fun. This looks like human resource training. Since 1981, Human Resource Training, or HRT, has worked hard to develop a reputation for providing quality human services in Arizona. HRT relies on experienced staff of dedicated employees to provide individualized care 24/7 to the children and adults they serve. That is a wonderful thing. We have so many wonderful organizations here. We are truly blessed in the Verde Valley for the amount of resources that we have as far as taking care of everyone. Look at the cute little peanuts hiding underneath that stroller there. The little strawberry blonde curls poking out.
I have never gotten to sit in the window of a car before.
Those are some lucky kids.
I am a jealous person right now.
Those are some very lucky kids. Oh, it is a gorgeous Model A 4-door convertible, 1929.
Wow.
That is, I love her lace parasol. That's what we need, Ashley. We just need a lace parasol.
We should have got those too.
Pete and Kathy Seibel are active members of the VFW Post 6739. She's a past department president, and he is a past commander. They're riding in a completely restored, all original, and still 6-volt 1929 Model A 4-door convertible.
Wow.
Isn't she beautiful?
Oh, look, they're throwing all sorts of confetti.
They're shooting things out of a cannon.
This
How
is amazing.
about that? That is amazing. That is a beautiful Ace Hardware fire truck.
What parade is complete without confetti?
Oh, confetti cannons, T-shirt cannons. That's wonderful.
I still can't get over that horn. It's
I know. That's just great. Back then, those horns were just cool to hear. Now I hear a fire truck and my shoulders go, oh no.
Oh no, something happened.
Something's wrong. But you hear that traditional sound of the vintage and antique fire trucks and you think, oh cool, it's a parade, candy. It's funny how the mind associates sounds with certain things. So too much fun. Look at this gorgeous Ace Hardware restored fire engine. Thank you to Camp Verde Ace Hardware for being part of our sponsors for our Verde Valley TV. Uh-oh, here comes the cannon.
Woo! Check that out.
Wow, that was impressive.
And a T-shirt as well. Not only confetti, but a T-shirt.
I know, that's something. Here's Engine 63, and she's completely covered with confetti. That is way too much fun. Camp Verde Hardware, home of the legendary paint. Wonder if they use it to restore their fire engine there. It's a beautiful fire engine red.
Yes, absolutely.
And here's Jones Ford of the Verde Valley. How about that? Jones Ford is an Arizona-based company that's been in the Ford business since 1970. Now, this truck is much older than 1970. They have other dealerships and communities around the state and are happy to be part of the Camp Verde community. So stop on by. Say hello to Jones Ford. That is gorgeous, that truck. Very.
Absolutely.
Oh, and smell that. I love the smell of antique car exhaust.
Yes. I didn't want to say do you smell that gas?
Yeah.
But
they think you're weird.
But I like
okay.
it.
I love the smell of antique exhaust. You know, new cars don't smell as good as the old cars do.
No. Well, perfect. Scarecrow honorable mentions coming up. Here are the honorable mentions. All About You, Tire Pro, Archaeology Center, Michelle Allen, or Michael, I can't, I totally just ruined that name. Camp Verde Water, Thanks a Latte, which I think is a very clever name, by the way.
That's true.
June Trinidad. Thank you to all the wonderful businesses that participated in this event.
Absolutely, and a great, great program doing the scarecrows all around town. They benefit historic Park Verde.
And did I hear it correctly? This is the first year they're doing the scarecrows.
This is the first time they've tried this. This was a wonderful, wonderful idea that was come up with by the amazing people over at Fort Verde Historic Park. Really amazing, and the community effort that went into it. And you could do a tour. They had a map.
I love
and you could tour the town and see all the different scarecrows. Let's see, who do we have? Oh, the kids on the teeter-totter. I like that one a lot. The chef is quite amazing.
Oh, it's creative.
We have the older couple sharing a coffee at the table.
We have a scarecrow with a pumpkin for a head.
Now that's fabulous, Camp Verde water system. And he's riding on some sort of machine. Looks like a water sucker-upper of some sort. And then you've got the whole family there. Oh, look at the eyelashes and the blonde braids on the cowgirl.
Coming up next, a Greener Day Recycling, where they're making today a Greener Day. They specialized in used cooking oil collection, grease trap inspection, pumping. Currently in northern Arizona, a Greener Day Recycling is the only full-time recycling facility for brown and yellow grease.
It's awesome. And you know, you can turn that into a special biofuel, and your car smells like French fries.
There you go.
Here's Camp Verde Middle School alumni and student council. Their motto is capturing minds one heart at a time. Really, you got to start with the heart. We focus too much on the head these days. We need to be getting back into our hearts. And oh, look at that gorgeous redhead. She is so cute in her little polka dot dress. She's so cute.
Coming up is the Camp Verde Realty, your hometown team. They live here, work here, and play here. They now do property management. Stop by and see them for all your real estate needs. And remember, when you think real estate, think Camp Verde Realty.
Very nice. It's nice to see so many folks get out and get involved in a parade. No easy job getting yourself early.
Well, you know, you forget how many
people
people are in the community because you have the people involved in the parade and then the people watching. There's just so many people.
I know. It is absolutely true. 50 years of opportunity. We're talking about Head Start. Head Start's now enrolling 0 to 5 years old. Supporting children in their earliest years with high-quality care and education is one of the best investments that you can make as a nation. And for 50 years, Head Start has helped lift up millions of America's children and their families and communities across the country. The oldest and largest federal program delivering high-quality, early learning opportunities to low-income children. Head Start was founded on the idea that every child, no matter who they are or what they look like or where they grow up, deserves the chance to reach their full potential. Since 1965, they've given meaning of the simple truth that in America, the start should not determine how far you can go.
Oh, absolutely. I can't think of a better motto.
Wonderful day here in Camp Verde celebrating the 59th annual Fort Verde Days and the sesquicentennial of our historic Fort Verde State Park, 150 years old. That's the new big word these days, sesquicentennial.
Sesquicentennial.
You don't get to use that much.
Coming up here is Camp Verde FFA. The FFA is a student-led organization whose mission is to develop students' potential from premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education. In today's world, people rely on great leaders to force new paths. Whether it's as a public servant or as the head of a family, our world relies on people with the knowledge and skill to lead. For more than 75 years, FFA has provided solid leadership initiatives that prepare its members for the challenges presented by an ever-changing world. As we look back on our history and success, we also look to the future and our constant commitment to do more. Their next community service event is Trick or Treat for Troops, by the way. They're going to be delivering bags to the entire city October 13th, and they're going to pick them up October 20th. Please thank our troops.
Absolutely. The Bread of Life mission following right behind their heels. They've been serving the Lord Jesus and the Camp Verde community for over 20 years. Nice presentation there, guys. Thank you for coming out on this gorgeous day. And here's their beautiful truck, Hunger No More, the Bread of Life mission. Oh, look at the chihuahuas behind the wheel. Oh,
are they driving?
They are so, look how happy they are. Happy little chihuahuas.
They're smiling for the camera.
That's great. Hunger is prevalent around the country, but we're fortunate here in Camp Verde to have so many organizations helping fight our friends and our neighbors, keep them from being hungry.
Here we have the Coyotes, the Camp Verde Youth Football and Cheer. The Coyotes are a full contact football league. The league is a nonprofit organization run by a board of volunteers and coaches, by heads, certified coaches who not only teach the boys to give 100% on the field, but off the field as well. There are 3 age divisions ranging in age from 6 years old up to 14 years old.
All right.
The Coyotes travel anywhere from Page to Wickenburg and many places in between. The cheerleaders, they also travel with the team, cheering them the entire way. The season begins the end of, it looks like June or July, and ends the beginning of November. Keep an eye out for signs up next year and come and join the team. They'd love to have you.
Absolutely. Check out their Facebook page at Camp Verde Youth Football. How fun
Look at
is
the pride.
This? I love it. They have a football field, jumping up and
yes!
down. Woohoo!
Ooh.
Nice.
Look at their angry faces.
I know that fierceness is awesome.
It's intimidating.
That is intimidating.
Look at that baby in her fierce face.
I know. So cute. Yep, she's working it. She's working it. That is so much fun. School athletics. Definitely do what you can to support them. They're so important for our children. Look at all these happy, healthy children.
Here we have Robbie's Pizza and Burgers.
I know.
Proud sponsor of Camp Verde Youth Football.
Yeah. Isn't that great? A nice looking truck. Lots of good old trucks. Another football field. Who thought of this? It is so clever. And here we have more pooper scoopers, the Poo Patrol. Here's the Poo Patrol. Is there something about that? The Poo Patrol is throwing candy. And they're throwing Tootsie Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls are my favorite.
They are?
Not when they come from the Poo Patrol,
yeah,
though.
the Poo Patrol, and they got some poo in there.
It's a little iffy.
Verde Valley Poo Patrol. You gotta love it. Oh, I love it. Verde Valley Poo Patrol. That's, I mean, what more do you need to say?
There's nothing else you can say.
There's just nothing. Yeah, that's great. Here we have Judd Simmons, wants to be elected by county assessor. So there you go, Mr. Judd Simmons, smiling and waving, hugging and kissing the babes today.
Yep, taking a great opportunity to come out and show his face to the community and show his love and support.
There we go. Here comes the gorgeous, gorgeous fire truck, Camp Verde Fire Department.
Camp Verde, the fire district, proudly serves the communities of Camp Verde, covering 590 square miles. The district provides 24-hour fire, EMS, and rescue services, as well as hazardous materials response. Camp Verde Fire District has a combination of paid full-time firefighters and, of course, reserve firefighters who provide professional emergency services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Thank God for them.
Absolutely. What would we do without them? And they work hard at all hours.
Oh, yes. And that's the thing, is there's no breaks.
That's true. There isn't. Absolutely. And Camp Verde Promotions did a wonderful job on the parade today. We want to congratulate everyone at Camp Verde Promotions for the work that they put into this parade. Ashley, thank you so much for being here with me today.
Well, thank you for having me.
And thank you all for joining us so much for the 59th annual Fort Verde Day celebration and the parade that was held here, the Sesquicentennial event of the Fort Verde Historic Park. Thank you so much. If you've missed any of the broadcasts, you can check out verdevalleytv.com. Thank you so much.
This has been the 59th annual Fort Verde Days Parade, presented by Camp Verde Promotions. This television broadcast has been brought to you by Camp Verde Ace Hardware, the home of legendary service. They're pleased to be a part of the parade again this year. SUTLER'S Steakhouse, Arizona's newest steakhouse in Camp Verde's Wingfield Plaza on Main Street. Open at 4 p.m. 7 days a week. The town of Camp Verde. Come join the sesquicentennial celebrations throughout the year. Copper Star Indoor Shooting Range rents guns, including fully automatic machine guns. And they have the only 100-yard range in Arizona, in the Verde Valley at Highway 260 and Cherry Road, online at copperstarisr.com. To view this and other Verde Valley TV broadcasts on demand, visit verdevalleytv.com.